So hi, I wanted to do this screen share so that I can show you what's going on in this IoT stuff. So to begin, this is the link that brings you to everything related to IoT, and here you can do three things. You can manage your IoT applications. You can change the behavior of what happens when a given data is submitted to a tracker that your application is binded to. You can also design how you want to visually see the data behind your IoT application. So here is where you see your apps. You can create a new one or edit an existing one. For the settings, you need to provide the application name, the app ID, client ID, and client secret. This data, the app ID is generated when you create a new one, but the client ID and client secret will currently are not used, but will be used in the future to access the API features within the app, because we want to encapsulate at the end. We want to encapsulate the users from accessing the API endpoint directly and give them easy function, but behind the scene we'll be using the APIs. That's why we need this client ID and client secret in the settings. So the tracker ID, this one is what define what tracker is binded to a given app. We need to know this in advance because in the settings of the flow or the dashboard, we will use tracker fields to bind things like to the tracker field. So I'm gonna show you the example of this flow. This one is a bit complicated. Let's go to a simple one. So this IoT app is a power monitor app. It's simple. We have a field in the tracker. Let me show you how does this tracker looks like. So as you can see, it is binded to tracker with ID2. So I'm gonna go to the trackers. It's taking time. All right. Okay, we have currently we have two fields, the voltage and the current field, because we are monitoring the power. It makes sense. So this is great. And there, I think I should be able to close this model, but not a problem. So in the flow design, right, we are taking the data in a field called voltage. If you remember, we saw it there. So we have two fields, voltage and current. So in this example, we're just using the voltage field, and we say when the voltage is less or equal than 210 volts, put the output 1 on off, and then prepare this email template and then send the email to this email address. This is an email actually. Yes. And we say again, when the voltage is greater than 211 volts, put the output 1 on. This is a very basic flow, and the dashboard for our app looks like this. We have the voltage, the current, and the output state. This one represents like the output state. Then one part that we can see is the hardware that is collecting this voltage and current and then send it to this backend. How this is going to happen, as I said before, we will design some wrapper libraries so that this process can be really easy for end users. But currently they are going to do this through APIs. From the APIs they just send data to insert new entries in the tracker, right? Or they can just use the graphical user interface and the flow and the dashboard will be executed. But for now I'm gonna do it from the graphical user interface. But in real life, for some people who want to use this feature directly, they can just take the Tiki APIs, and then from there they insert data into the tracker with the same tracker that this app is binded with, and then everything will be executed. So I'm going to show you how this dashboard actually looks like. So it's like this. We have the voltage, the current, and the state. I can change the way it looks like. So we have some useful stuff here. So if I save this, it's going to change. You can see the changes here. It doesn't look better, but it was just a way to show you that it's possible. Great. Nice. So in the terminologies, I'm calling here from the flow, I'm calling these nodes, these ones. So actually we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 nodes, but as we are having more ideas, this number can increase. Say we want to include a new feature to this flow, it is very easy to create a new node that will be used in the flow. For the dashboard, I'm calling this widget. So far we have this one is working. This one, it's to show the state of a sensor. So yeah, it's the same that we are using here. We have this one is for indicating the state. This one is a switch button, gauge and half gauge. All these above are working. Still we have to design the map widget and the chart widget, but this one, the app flow console, is also working. I'm gonna add it to the current dashboard so that you can see. You don't need any icon. Great. I'm gonna make it big. So cool. Now to test this, I need to start the real-time backend within Tiki, which starts a WebSocket server. And to do that, as you can see, this little section here show the status. As it's still connecting, it means the server is not yet available. So I am going to start it like this. Yes, great. I come back here. Maybe I need to reload. Okay, great. There was a bug, and yeah, that's why I paused the video. So now you can see it is connected because the WebSocket server is running. Yeah, connected. The last thing to test, I'm going to submit from the graphical user interface a data into this electrical power monitor tracker. So I'm gonna put 220 and current 10.8 amps. So yeah, as you can see, it is working. The state of the output is 1 on, the voltages I just submitted, and the current. So this is the flow execution. Indeed, this still to be designed in a good way, but so far it has the information we had during the automation execution. So yeah, I think that's all. I don't want to make this video very long, but I hope that you understand what's going on, and hope we get soon this into Tiki. Thank you.